We've been watching humans for thousands of years, and we still have questions.
So many questions, like why do they do any of the things they do?
She finds them adorable.
He finds them hopeless.
This
Is the cat fight.
two cats, one world, zero agreement. Welcome to Catfight.
Okay, so today's topic is one that has haunted me for years, like literally years. Why do humans bring plants inside their house and then just watch them die?
Because humans are collectors of guilt. They collect things they can't take care of and then feel bad about it. Plants are just the quiet victim.
No, but think about it. They go to a store, they see a plant, a living, breathing, beautiful green thing, and they're like, yes, I want that in my home. And then they bring it home and just forget it exists.
I've seen it happen. My human bought a fern last spring. Big, gorgeous fern. Looks like it belonged in a jungle. Within 3 weeks, it looked like something I'd cough up.
Oh my god, same. My human has this thing on the windowsill. I think it used to be green. Now it's kind of beige, like a very sad piece of paper.
Beige. That's not a color for living things. That's a color for envelopes.
But okay, let's be fair. Why do they buy them in the first place? What's the motivation?
Aesthetics. That's it. They see a photo on Instagram of someone's flat with plants everywhere, and they think, that's the life I want. They don't want to grow plants. They want to own the idea of plants.
Wait. So you're saying it's basically plant cosplay?
It's exactly plant cosplay. They're pretending to be the kind of person who has plants. The kind of person who wakes up early and mists things and talks to leaves. But they're not that person. They're the kind of person who forgets to drink water themselves.
Okay, that's actually really accurate. My human can't even remember to charge her phone. How is she going to remember to water a fern?
She's not. That fern is on death row and doesn't even know it.
That's so dark.
That's not dark. That's a Tuesday.
But okay, some humans are good with plants though. I've seen through the window. The neighbor lady has a whole garden. It's beautiful. Everything is green and alive and there are flowers and…
The neighbor lady is retired. She has nothing but time. That's not a skill, that's a schedule. Give any human 14 free hours a day and eventually they'll figure out what water works.
That's mean.
That's honest. There's a difference. Most people kill plants because they don't have time, not because they're evil. They're just optimistically delusional about their own availability.
Optimistically delusional. I like that.
I came up with it while watching my human buy a second fern. The first one wasn't even cold yet.
No, she bought a replacement fern?
A replacement fern, while the corpse of fern number 1 was still in the pot, just sitting there, brown, crispy, judging.
Honestly, that is the most human thing I've ever heard. Okay, but I have a theory. I think humans buy plants because deep down, they want something to take care of. It's a nurturing instinct.
If it's a nurturing instinct, it's a broken one. You don't nurture something by putting it in a corner and hoping for the best. That's not parenting, that's abandonment with a ceramic pot.
But maybe it starts with good intentions, they genuinely want to be plant parents.
Good intentions don't water plants, Mittens. Hands water plants, and human hands are too busy scrolling phones to pick up a watering can. I watched my human scroll past 3 plant care videos on her phone while sitting next to a dying cactus. A cactus! You know how hard it is to kill a cactus?
Aren't those desert plants? They basically survive on nothing.
Exactly. They survive in deserts. They survive droughts. They survive being eaten by animals. But they cannot survive a human who just keeps forgetting. The cactus survived the Sahara, but couldn't survive Sarah.
Oh my god, I don't know if that's funny or sad.
It's both. Most things are.
Okay, so I saw this thing on TikTok where people name their plants, like actual human names. They call them Gerald and Patricia and stuff.
Of course they do, because naming something makes it harder to throw away when it dies. It's emotional insurance. If it's just the plant on the shelf, you can bin it without guilt. But if it's Gerald, now you've lost a friend.
That's actually kind of sweet though. Like they care enough to name it.
They care enough to name it, but not enough to Google how often do I water a succulent. That's not care, that's performance.
Performance care?
Performance care. They named a plant, they post about the plant, they buy a cute pot for the plant, they do everything except the one thing the plant actually needs, which is water. Just water. It's not complicated.
When you put it like that, it does sound really stupid.
It is really stupid. And I say that as someone who used to drink from puddles under a bridge. Even I understand that living things need water.
Okay, but here's the thing that really gets me. The fake plants. Humans buy fake plants now, like plastic ones that look real.
Now that I respect.
You what?
I respect it. They finally accepted who they are. They've looked in the mirror and said, I cannot keep a living thing alive. I accept this about myself. Give me the plastic one. That's growth. Ironic growth considering the plant isn't growing, but growth. But it's fake. It's a lie. It's sitting there pretending to be alive.
Everything in a human's house is pretending to be something. The fake wood floor, the electric fireplace, the authentic Italian pasta sauce from a jar. At least the fake plant is honest about being fake. It's the most honest thing in the whole flat.
Okay, I actually don't have an argument for that one.
First time for everything.
Hey, okay, so the big question. What would cats do if we had plants?
We do have plants. They're called things we knock off the windowsill.
No, but seriously, if cats were responsible for keeping plants alive,
Every plant would be dead in 24 hours. Not from neglect, from violence. We'd eat them, knock them over, dig in the soil, and then sit in the empty pot looking innocent. At least we'd be honest about it. We don't pretend to love plants. We eat them and move on.
that's actually more respectful than what humans do. At least you're using the plant.
Exactly. I ate a spider plant once. Terrible flavor. But at least that plant fulfilled its purpose. It was consumed. It was part of the food chain. That's nature. What humans do? Buying a plant, putting it on a shelf, watching it slowly die over 6 weeks while doing absolutely nothing? That's not nature. That's a slow-motion crime.
A botanical crime.
A botanical crime. I like that. Write that down.
We don't have hands.
Details.
Okay, let's do categories. Types of plant killers. Ready?
Go.
The overwaterer gives the plant so much love it drowns.
Smothering. Classic human behavior. They do it to their children too.
The forgetter buys the plant, puts it somewhere, and genuinely forgets it exists for 3 months.
That's most of them. Out of sight, out of mind. Same logic they use with their gym membership.
The Googler spends 4 hours researching the perfect soil pH and light conditions, but never actually does anything.
Analysis paralysis. The plant dies while they're still reading Reddit threads about drainage holes.
The collector has 47 plants, 44 are dead, still buys more.
Addiction, pure and simple. They're not plant lovers, they're plant hoarders with good lighting.
And finally, the talker. Talks to the plants, plays the music, genuinely believes it helps.
You know, I've actually seen studies that say talking to plants might work.
Wait, are you being nice about humans right now?
No, I'm saying the talking might work. The humans are still ridiculous. There's a difference.
I saw that. I saw you almost say something kind.
You saw nothing. Moving on.
Okay, so what did we learn today?
That humans buy plants for the same reason they buy gym memberships. The fantasy of being someone they're not. And that a cactus can survive the desert, but not a studio apartment in London.
I learned that fake plants might actually be the most honest choice a human can make, and that Whiskers once ate a spider plant and didn't even feel bad about it.
I felt nothing. It was a plant. That's what plants are for.
That's our show for today.
If you enjoyed it, well, you know what to do.
Yes, hit that like button, takes literally 1 second. Drop us a comment, tell us about your plant graveyard. We know you have one. And follow the channel so you don't miss the next episode. Every follow, every like, every comment actually helps us reach more people and make more episodes. So please do it for the plants.
The algorithm is a cat. You have to feed it or it ignores you. So feed it. Click the button. Do it for Gerald.
See you next time when we discuss
Another thing humans do that makes absolutely no sense. It won't take long to find one.